Hey, Ryan here from Luke Combs Academy. 5 quick tips on building a successful property portfolio. So firstly, you've got to be motivated. You've got to show up daily and you've got to do the work. That is an absolute game changer and it's a non-negotiable. Overcoming your fears is one of the biggest things. I know everyone I teach goes through this. I've been through it myself. It can be quite daunting going out there thinking you've got to speak to experienced investors, landlords, agents, etc. You've got to overcome those fears if you want to push forward in this game. You know, you can acquire a lot of property quite quickly and it gives you an infinite amount of cash flow. Now, I'm assuming you're wanting to get into property or you're already started your property journey because you more than likely want more money in your life and you want to be able to maybe work less and earn a bit more and have a bit more freedom. You know, at the end of the day, that's what property does for you. It gives you that financial freedom. And you can certainly do that through property if you put all the pieces together and you work hard enough and you gain the knowledge. But more importantly, you need to find the time and find the money. Now, you don't always need money to get into property. There are controlling strategies that you can utilize to build your cash flow up in the first instance, but you are going to have to find some time. Ultimately, you're more than likely going to be working around a job or your family or other commitments that you might have at first, and then over time your property journey will slowly take over those. But right now you may have to find the time. Now, what can you do there? Get up earlier, go to bed later, maybe don't take your lunch hour at work, whatever it might be. You need to find the time. If you find the time, work hard, stay motivated, then you can work towards that infinite amount of cash flow. You know, I think for me personally, when I discovered controlling strategies, rent to rent, rent to SA, lease options, you know, I did that through my thirst of knowledge. You know, all I did was soak up podcasts, books, PDFs, Facebook comments, groups. You know, I really went out there and found the knowledge that I needed. And then when I discovered controlling strategies, the portfolio sort of went to that next level, because you can acquire property very quickly doing it that way. And if you do it right, it can become very, very profitable for you. Don't get sucked up into the operations. This is one of the biggest mistakes I made. I allowed the business to start running me rather than me running the business. As you get bigger and you get more on board, you have more tenants to deal with, you have more guests to deal with, you have more accounts to deal with. And ultimately, that was sucking me into the business, and I wasn't able to then get out there and acquire the property, which what I was doing in the first place, and got me to that position. So one of my biggest tips is to not let the business, don't do the work. You shouldn't be doing the work in the business. You shouldn't be operating the business. You should always be acquiring property and bringing cash flow into the business by doing deals. You know, by soaking up knowledge and getting yourself out there, that's how you do it. That's how you bring the deals in. That's where you find the next levels with your business. That's how you add more and more units into the portfolio, and ultimately each unit has a infinite return attached to it, and it adds more cash flow. Now, you can't build a property business from behind your laptop, you know, and it was my aha moment. Relationship building. Property is a people's game. The more you build relationships with landlords, vendors, and estate agents, the more property you will acquire. Now, I see a lot of people who come back to the fear factor, maybe a bit scared of going out there. They don't really want to speak to investors. They don't feel confident enough. You have to push through those fears, because when you realize building relationships is property and it's got nothing to do with bricks and mortar, then that's the game-changing moment. That's when your current situation and your current portfolio will just take leaps and bounds forwards, and you know, and you'll leave your old fears in your wake. You'll become very confident. You'll quickly pick up the experience that you need, and you will become a successful property investor. So maybe not 5 tips there, maybe a few more, but hey, I like delivering added value. So hopefully that helps. And don't forget to follow me on my social channels to keep important updates. Just launched a YouTube channel a few months ago. It's going great, getting some great feedback on that. So I'm going to continue putting good video content out there for you. Just search Ryan Luke Property on YouTube and you'll find that. And don't forget to hit me up on Facebook and Instagram, official Ryan Luke. Have an awesome day. I hope these tips help, and wherever you are, whatever your strategy you're implemented in, get after your property journey, do the hard work and find that freedom that you're after. Take care.